Well, jury selection in Hunter Biden's federal tax evasion case is set to begin today in Los Angeles. The president's son has pleaded not guilty to charges of failing to pay $1.4 million in taxes. He faces up to 17 years in prison if he's convicted. So for more on this case, I'm joined by Joseph Moreno. He is a former federal prosecutor. Okay, so remind us how we got here. Hunter has paid the taxes that the government says he owes, but that doesn't mean you're off the hook.
Hey, Anne-Marie. Well, unfortunately, that's right. In the eyes of the IRS, it's too little too late. Unfortunately, paying your taxes late, especially in these amounts, it might help on sentencing if you're found guilty to say, hey, go easy on me because I ultimately made it right. But in the government's eyes, it doesn't change the fact that you didn't pay it in the first place and you didn't pay it on time. And so that's a fact that actually the judge has ruled the defense is not even allowed to bring up in the trial. So they can't even say to the jury, hey, my client has paid this tax plus interest and penalties. So if that comes up at all, if he's found guilty, they can raise it at sentencing to say, hey, give him a break, but it's not going to come up during the trial.
So, the thing without taxes is you kind of can't sort of shrug and say, oh, I didn't really know. That's not a good sort of counter argument. What are we going to hear from prosecutors? How are they going to build their case here?
Well, tax cases are complicated, which is why this is not going to happen in a few days. This will be weeks, because they have to go item by item. And we're talking about 5 tax years here from 2016 to 2020. So every item that the government says was fraudulent, was a personal expense that was declared as a business expense, they'll have to go through and they'll have to prove why they claim it was not a legitimate business expense. That means documentation. That means witnesses. And one tactic that the government tends to do in these cases, they throw around the big numbers. Right? They say, look, Hunter Biden earned $7 million during these 5 tax years. This is a Yale-educated lawyer. So if he could make all this money, he surely knew how to pay his taxes. And these numbers, these are big, huge numbers to Americans. So the 12 jurors that are sitting there, and they see these numbers of millions of dollars of unpaid taxes, that's what the government tries to do to really kind of get their eyes pop and say, hey, this is a big deal.
So, could we see interesting witnesses on the stand, or are we going to see maybe like a bunch of accountants or IRS people?
No, I think it's going to be both. This is not a sort of a typical business expense, white collar type crime. There's a lot of sort of very, ostentatious behavior that Hunter Biden is accused of and that he was supposedly doing in lieu of legitimate business expenses. And so, again, if the allegation is that he was spending this money on recreational hotel stays or prostitutes or drugs or things like that, well, then the government has to prove all of those things. And that means calling family members. That means calling witnesses. That means calling people that can say, I knew what Hunter Biden was doing and here's what it is. So it could be quite salacious.
So the possible outcomes for this, I know that he could be facing sort of double-digit years behind bars, but do people typically end up with jail time for something like this?
Well, the statutory maximum here is 25 years. There's no way that's going to happen. Something like this, I think, though, look, if the government proves all of its charges, there's a possibility that Hunter Biden could get some jail time, particularly when you take into account he has that conviction on the gun charges a few months ago. So he might be a first-time tax offender, but he will not be a first-time convicted felon at that point. So I don't think we're talking about a lot of time. It's still a white-collar, non-violent offense. But yeah, I think it's a serious case, and he might very well be looking at some time of incarceration. All
right, just a reminder to everyone, the president did say that he would not pardon his son should he be convicted. He said that when he was running for president. Nothing about commuting a sentence should he be convicted, but we'll be watching this space, as they say. Joseph Moreno, thank you very much.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.